everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday. It's still Saturday morning here, and I have been asked by such sweet ladies to show just how quickly I made these little mini petite journals to fit in these tins. And I will just quickly show you what happened. I purchased these to make kits because you know I make inspiration kits, and I bought a lot of them because I could not find any more tins, and I couldn't remember if I had unpacked them after the move or if I used them. And so instead of, there's some boxes in here in the closet that are still not unpacked, I just bought more. And I know I won't use them all for inspiration kits because I use them to hold like pens and whatever. And so also I bought this size all on Amazon. These are nice window ones, a larger size. They say 5 1/4 by 3 3/8 by 7/8. I hate measurements. I don't know measurements. But anyway, that was my plan because, let me see if I can get this. I have a box here from my friend Michelle that I keep things in that I might put in kits. Am I even on screen? And so then I keep this, and when it gets full, then I start making inspiration kits. Like here's one that will be in the shop soon. And there's a little booklet in there and some real fun things in there. So that is how this whole thing started. And so because I like making small things, I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. I just decided that I might put some things in here, but just to give it height, I put the ribbon in there, and they're blank, and each one is a little different. Let's just open this one up, and this one is a little tight in there, and because these corners are rounded, I rounded the cover as much as I could. And so everyone keeps asking me, this image is from a kit on Etsy, Art House Whimsy, and I'll put her shop name below. But basically these are digital papers and ready to alter, and a few book pages, French book pages, maybe some stained papers, you know, not a lot of pages. I couldn't decide if I wanted to make it a thick little journal or not, but that's what's in those. Let's get that tied. I don't want to cover up her cute face. Just so cute. Her little ringlets hanging down. My hair is straight as a stick, as they say. No ringlets there. Okay, so we got those. I got those done. And oh, also Marissa asked if I could rust these up. I don't know. I'm not going to sell them that way, but you possibly could. My suggestion would be to take steel wool and rough it up, and then maybe rust it however you choose. I don't want to do that with these. I noticed when I watched Sharon Hurth's video, she had painted hers. I might try that. But anyway, here was the process. And I learned several different ways. So I have a lot of these old or used file folders, you know, from an office. And I wanted to make these the cover. But the thing is, when you fold these, I don't know why. When I fold these, I get wrinkles. And when I glue them, it's just, when I put, you know, paper over them, they get more wrinkled. So I will still use this. I will still make some with the file folder paper. But I preferred taking cardstock, running it through my printer front and back, and using that. It's not as thick as that, so depending on how thick you want your cover. This one works for me, so we're going to set that one aside. And I've already started one and chosen the picture. So basically you would have to measure what size your box is, because I don't know what size you would use, but you would have to measure it, and I just kept trimming until it fit. So here is how I did this. I just folded it in half and then made sure that it fit, and then got my, I just love this thing, my handy punch, corner punch. Now I just do punch these corners. I don't punch this one. If I had to, I would, but I didn't have to. And that's how you start your cover. Also, what I did was pull a bunch of paper. Oh, I pulled out what I wanted to be my focal point. I made my own sheet of images that I preferred from Art House Whimsy. She sells like collage sheets like this that she created, and then she sells each individual image, so you can make your own, how many you want on a printed piece of paper. This is the photo paper that I chose. You're going to need some lace trims, and you're going to need these. And then I just started pulling scraps to make the pages. And you can use ephemera. I pulled a lot of ephemera, music pages. And I think there's, yeah, these music pages. And then you might need some just more scraps that I pulled as well. I pulled more scraps. And so I've already chosen my pages and fit them in there. And it's just by eyesight, so this isn't even, not in the slightest. And, you know, these I just snipped until they fit in there. And once I take the corners, you know, punch the corners, I may have to punch some of the papers, but they've been fitting in the boxes, the 10 boxes, so no biggie. Actually, I wanted to do that bigger. That's the larger corner punch. Got this on Amazon too. It's KW Trio. Yeah. Good punch. Get that out of the way. And anyway, there's your cover, whichever side you decide. Here's your pages. And let's see, before we sew them in, we may have to trim those. Let me do that now. I hope your Saturday is going good. Lucky for me, my man loves to go to this grocery store. I do not. You can keep the grocery store. You know, I order my food online, my groceries, and then because I'm picky about what meat I eat, I don't buy meat at a regular grocery store. We have a grocery store here called Sprouts. I don't know. They're not really like Trader Joe's, but they kind of are. They tend to be small, and they have a great deli, great butcher, great bakery products. So that's where I buy. I will walk into that store because it's not huge at all. Anyway, we're supposed to be making this. And I do the 3 punch. I'm eyeballing it. And for some reason, the bottom one always gets me. And I bet each one of these has different amount of pages in them. I just really wasn't paying attention. I was on a roll and I didn't count. All right, what did I do with my scissors? Oh, here they are. Whoops. Look at that big thing of thread. You think I'll ever use that all? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see how this goes. All right. In the middle. I'm glad someone showed this on YouTube. I would be still doing the 2-point sew in. Look how long I made that string. Then you go to the end, punch that in. I know I've got a lot of string here, but that's okay. When I cut it, then it'll be ready for the next book. And then just make sure that your string comes up on the other side of that middle. And there you have it. Cut that off. You got a string on one side of that and a string on the other. Then you tie it. Just like any other journal. But these are the baby journals. They're little. And you can have it sticking out if you want, depending on what size it is and the size of your tin or box, whatever you plan on using. And then, do I want to trim her anymore? No. Oops. I felt the glue on my hand. There we go. We're going to lay her down. And then because this is photo paper, I like to use a cloth to push it down, because if there is any glue on my hand, it's going to stick so bad on this photo paper, and you can't get it off. Just saying. Okay. Are we having fun yet? So then we'll put the needle away. Then we want to basically choose our trim. Now yesterday, let me keep this closed. Yesterday I was playing around with just using scraps of, you can even use just like little scrap leftover pieces. You know, it just depends on what suits your eye. This is from Angie. I cut a piece off. Oops. I kind of like that. So I think that's what we're going to use. Okay, now I need the other scissors because I'm not going to use all of it. Just start with that. Oops. And then kind of trim up the little frayed spots. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I like it. And I always tend to try to do a diagonal. I don't know why. To me, it seems as though you've used a remnant, and I like that look, that you used something that was already pulled off. If that makes any sense. And then I'll show you, if you're still here, I'll show you when I was in a magazine, if you're interested. I'll put it at the end, and then you can just click off if you're not interested. But yes, I was published. I know it says it on my bio of everything. The backstory to that is a lot of my friends in our blogging world were getting published, and they kept saying, why don't you submit something? And I'm like, you know, I don't know. I'm not really a writer per se. But, you know, I don't know. And so I just, time kept passing, and I got, I had a lot of sweet ladies that followed me, and they'd say, oh, you know, you need to be in this magazine. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Stampington magazines, but they're one of a kind. They're beautiful. They're like the Jean the Arc Living magazines. They're just beautiful. The paper is not regular magazine paper. They're expensive. They were like $15 a magazine. But I would go to Barnes & Noble, or at the time, I'm trying to think who else sold them. Joanne Fabrics, Craft Store, Michael's maybe. Anyway, they contacted me, and I got published. Anyway, we're doing this book, and that's how you do that. I mean, this one's ready to be altered, so let's just grab a tin. Oh, are we gonna wrap? Yeah, we're gonna, oh, here. I've got some lace here. I don't know what color. Let's look. I've got a lot of lace. I'll use this. My fear in here is that I will sit or step on one of these pins. So I will always put it back. Like, oh, I'm scared of that. Okay, I think everything is as dry as it's gonna get. We're gonna tie her up. You don't have to. Oh. And I will use that on something else. So there you have your little booklet. And I bought this by mistake. I will use it. Dots are too big for my taste. So I'm just using it to hold these in. She fits rather nicely. Because what I wanted was her to pop up when I put the lid on, so you see what you're getting. And there you have it. Wasn't that easy? I didn't need to do this video. You guys could do this. This was fun. Oops, where's my, oh, here it is. Pin. You got to put your pin back in here. These were just so fun and easy to make, and my thought is I will list some that are unfinished, and then I'll list a couple that are finished. And of course, I'm going to put some embellishment and things, extra images on the bottom. And then I might make 1 or 2 books without the full photo, with just maybe, you know, one of these settings. So I don't know. I'm still working on that. But that's how you do it. And thanks to the ladies that asked. These are very simple to make. You can, you know, like Marissa said, you could paint these or stain these somehow, and really produce a wonderful aged looking tint. I might try, oh, here's an idea. You might want to try some of the inks, the alcohol inks from Tim Holtz. That might do it, but I will try that later. I'm not going to do that on camera. I make enough mistakes, which is amusing in itself. Anyway, let me get my article. Oh. Okay, let me get the ladies out of the way. And let me see if that's in, you know, it's hardly in camera. Bear with me. I'm not stepping away. I'm just moving things around. Whoops! No, did not want to do that. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's in. Now we're in. Okay, so this is how old this is. This is from 2014. Wow. Somerset Studio presents Artful Blogging. And I'm way in the back. And there are a lot of bloggers in the beautiful blogs that you can visit. And they all cover different things. But I basically started blogging when Google made it free. You didn't have to pay. And a lot of people joined then. And gosh, I guess it was 2009. I can't remember. Doesn't it seem like a long time ago? But just absolutely gorgeous magazine. Absolutely gorgeous. And, oh, look at that chair. It's perfect. And so, here I am. Rhonda Podlasek. It's all about the hunt. I'm not going to read it to you. I'll just show you some of the pictures. And I used to make fabric books. They weren't journals. They were just fabric books. I did make a lot of jewelry. I made a lot of kits back then. I remember these little hearts, and it was tedious to cut the right sizes to fit inside of them. Yeah, I worked hard. Oh, and I also used to make the decorated antique bottles. That was fun. I sold a lot of those. Definitely did. But that's my article, and I'm really proud of it. It's fun. It's fun to look back and see that other people read about you. And anyway, that's today. I hope you make one of these. These are fun, and I will be back soon. And have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.